What is a preliminary hearing? In Alabama, a preliminary hearing is a hearing before a judge that is conducted in a felony case. Felony simply means that a criminal offense for which the punishment is a year and a day or greater. A misdemeanor is a criminal charge where the punishment is less than a year. So preliminary hearings only apply in felony cases. And in a preliminary hearing, the judge determines if there is probable cause, and I'll get back to that, but is there probable cause to believe that the person accused has committed the crime that they are accused of? Probable cause means that given the facts that are presented to the court, is there reasonable grounds to believe that they have committed that crime? It's not the same level of proof that is required to convict somebody. It is just a level of proof for the judge to say, well, there's enough to believe that this person may have committed the crime, and it can go on to the next level. The purpose of the preliminary hearing is to provide a safeguard to a person who is accused. If the judge thinks there is not sufficient grounds for the case to go to the next level, he can order the charge dismissed. Now, people get a little confused about this. The dismissal by the judge does not bar the case from ever going forward. It is not a final ruling that says the state can't ever bring it back. So again, because the rules of evidence are relaxed and it's a lower standard, he's not trying to determine, as in a criminal trial, is there proof beyond a reasonable doubt. He's just saying, well, I'm not satisfied at this point. The state can always come back, they may have different evidence, and they can present the case to the grand jury even if the judge has rejected it. And if they do, and they are successful, that person can get arrested a second time, have to go through bond, all of that stuff. So don't think that if the judge dismisses the case that the case is dead. At that point, the prosecution can decide, gee, do we want to leave it dead, or do we still want to pursue this? I can't tell you what they're going to do in a given case, but that's how it is. Now, a preliminary hearing, of course, is most important for those people who are in jail and can't make bond. And in fact, that was the original purpose of it, was way back in the Middle Ages. People would be in jail. You had about 3 months to get to trial, and you had about a 1/3 chance of dying because the conditions were horrible. You're eating moldy bread, there's rats, there's bubonic plague. And so somebody came along and said, wait a second, we need to do something. And that something was the preliminary hearing. Because if the judge looked at the case and said, I don't think this is a very good case, they could order that person released until their trial date. So we still have people, of course, who can't make bond. And if the judge looks at it and says, I don't think that's a good case, that person can be free and not have to sit in jail until their trial date. Now, bond, of course, is a substitute. A lot of people, they'll get out on bond. They still have a right to have a preliminary hearing. It's still on the books for that. And what defense lawyers use a preliminary hearing for now is really as an opportunity to learn more about the case. In Madison County, it is less important because our prosecutors tend to be pretty generous about sharing information at that time. But in other counties in the state of Alabama, prosecutors are very closed vest. They don't want to show you anything. And for that reason, a lot of lawyers will have the preliminary hearing in order to learn more about the case. At any rate, if you are facing criminal charges, you really want to talk to a lawyer, and you want to talk to them as quickly as you can. There's some reasons for this, but it is possible to resolve some cases entirely by the time of the preliminary hearing. Particularly less serious felony cases. Nowadays, people can sometimes do counseling and other things. Sometimes a case could be reduced to misdemeanor, any number of things. But you want to talk to a lawyer as quickly as you can. It may save you a bunch of money if the case is resolved earlier. It certainly would save you a bunch of heartache. If you are charged with a crime, or somebody you love is charged with a crime, and you'd like to talk to us, just give us a call. Our first case evaluation is free. We're not going to charge you for that. By the way, if you like this video, if you would, give us the thumbs up. And if you want to see more of these videos as they come out, please hit the subscribe button below. Thank you for watching.